Alrighty, so we have the 2 golf bags here. These are some true beauties. I think I'm going to give this one to my friend. I'm getting it already dirty because I have it in the van. Oh, well, I think it'll be alright. Yeah, you can just wash that. And I think I'm going to keep this one. I might sell it. I don't know yet. That will be decided another day. But we are going to the scrapyard. It's humid in this van. I have a lot to pack up. A lot of scrap metal inside those doors. So we're going to get onto that. I'm going to throw these on the porch and try to figure out what I want to do with them later. But it should be a good day. If I have the space, I'm going to try to take a lot of non-ferrous metals and try and make some money. So let's get into it. Let's start doing this scrap thing. I know a lot of people have asked me to do more scrap videos, and they might watch a garbage picking video and not know that I have other scrap videos out where I show how I process this scrap metal. So make sure to check out those videos if you haven't already. But let's get into it and let's start the scrap day. So this is one thing I'm really unsure about. Now I think there's an iron bar, so this is a magnet, and you'll see this doesn't really stick, because I can do that. This sticks right on there. So this is iron on here, but I don't know what this would be. I see there's an inside bar. It also doesn't stick on top. So this could be die cast is my bet, but every scrapper needs a bunch of tools. Probably need to organize a little better. I did have them all in here, but as you can see, got our stuff here because I have other stuff over here. So you gotta hit it with the file. And it looks like it's stainless. The stainless is a non-ferrous metal. It's so this is probably die cast up here, and then this bar right here is stainless. I'm not going to take this off because stainless metal is only, 15 cents or 18 cents per pound. Iron, I think, is 5 cents or 6 cents per pound. But to saw this off and saw that off to make another 20 cents, and then take out the middle bar, it's too time consuming. It's not worth my time. So I'm going to leave that. I don't think it's aluminum, and that's because something like this I think needs to be a little bit of a heavier gauge. There is a motor on the bottom, so depending on how seized up these screws are will depend on if I can take this piece off. Alright, so got this piece. I think I've kind of dulled the blade on this. Alright, take off this. Always wear this, especially if you're doing it with metal. And the reason why is those shards of metal, although they might look very thin, get those into your eye and you're in deep trouble. Alright, so what's the deal with this bad boy? I didn't get that last screw out. Pain in the butt. Alright, a bag of tricks. So these are what I should use on the back side, because that's what kind of, what it looks like, but I don't have the right size, of course. So what happens when you kind of get your stuff from flea markets is you kind of just get whatever you get. I guess a wrench will work. This probably wouldn't work. That's the wrong size, I think. I need a smaller one. I don't think I have wrenches in this place. I don't know if this is metric or what. 7/16. That's metric. This is standard. You never knew. Well, these aren't going to work. I need to spend a whole day just working on getting the right kind of tools out. And I got the spin, but I think you kind of have to hold the other side, but it's impossible. Alright, I think I gotta cut that. Just not gonna work this way. you know what's going on here. Gotta push that thing. What's going on here is the screws in here as well. So now, what I've learned, kind of what I've learned from this whole spiel, don't waste your time on a 10-cent motor, because this is a waste of my life, feels like. I think I might just leave it like that. Alright. Moving along here, what was I going to say? Oh man, I had something important to say, I thought. Oh yeah. Okay, so a lot of people did say that even though this charger is bad, you can still... Well, he said the charger's bad, so I might scrap that. He said you can still charge those batteries with another charger. And now that I looked at it, this thing says 7.2 volt to 24 volt, and this is a 16.8. So the other batteries that I think I got out of... It's just the problem here. I never get the right... That's not the way it goes. It goes like that. Put that over here. Alright, guy. This ain't gonna work. No, maybe it's the other way. No, it's not the other way. Maybe the battery's bad. Maybe something's jammed up with this. Let's try that again with these other ones. It's gotta be the same one. This is 19.2. Yeah, that one slides right in there. It says charging. You get a little red thing popping up. So maybe this thing just doesn't... Maybe the battery's jacked up. So I try one of these. 16.8. Ooh, this probably ain't gonna be good. So one way to find out, right guys? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Alright. So I think this whole setup is shot. Somebody knows what the whole deal is with this. But somebody said I can still charge this one into here, but apparently I can't. And they look very identical in terms of the outlet. So I don't know what that was, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw away these cases because they are so big and bulky. I do not need them. All I need is the tools. Try this battery next. No, this one doesn't work either, so nope. Alright, well, we tried. So here's all the iron. All light iron. There's quite a lot. I saved some space here. I'm going to throw the non-ferrous metals. I'm pretty sure this is irony aluminum, so I'm going to take a bunch of that. This, I think, is a antenna. So I'm going to try to... So that's aluminum. I'm going to take off a couple pieces here. I don't want to sit down and this doesn't weigh anything. This probably weighs 3 pounds, if that. So I don't want to really take apart all the screws and bolts and take off the plastic to make another 40 or 50 cents, because I think it's going to take a while. But I'll clip off some pieces of aluminum that's clean, because you do get more money for that. I'm not going to be taking insulated copper. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to take all this irony aluminum and try to sort through some of this. Maybe take some brass and die cast today and make a little bit of money here. Finally getting over to this side. This is my number 2 copper pile. So this has solder on it. That would make it number 2. This is painted, although this looks like brass. It's actually copper. Don't know where I filed it, but I filed it down somewhere. Oh, here you go. Doesn't really show up that well on camera, but it is a copper color. So don't be tricked by that. Always file down, especially if you have brass or copper, because I think you get another 60 or 70 cents more for copper than you do brass. That's unknown stuff. This is that 1 bar of clean copper, number 1 copper. I'm going to keep that until I find maybe 1 or 2 more pipes or tubes, and I'll take that in. And that's more irony aluminum up there that I'm going to grab. Eventually I want to get to a point where I can like sort all my non-ferrous over here, and then have my iron right here. But with flea market season here and stuff of that kind of, and with the reselling season here, it's kind of hard because I'll come in from an auction and then go garbage picking the next day, and I kind of just throw it here rather than driving to the warehouse and separating and doing all that. So I kind of just throw it in here, which I gotta stop doing. But we're ready to go. I'm going to separate some more metals here and be ready to go. All right, heading out to the scrapyard. Almost here. Almost here. Train tracks straight ahead of us. Oh man. Oh, well, it looks like they are moving scrap metal today. I don't know if they're bringing in big loads of stuff or, well, nope, that guy is dropping off. Okay. Yep. You guys might not be able to see it that well, but they are taking stuff from the big pile and loading up the trucks. Scrap prices have dropped. 3 weeks ago, it dropped from $6 to $5.50, and over the course of like couple days, a week, it dropped down to $5 for every 100. So it is falling. I was getting $6 for every 100. Now I'm only getting $5 for every 100, but it's not going to stop me. I remember there was a time when it was $1 for every 100. That was, I don't know, 3 years ago. It dropped all the way down to there. Dropped all the way down to there. Oh. So we only have 2 shopping carts here. These aren't even shopping carts, they're like big carts, and I don't know if I want to grab one of these or wait for another one. Alright, I don't know how well you guys can see this. You probably can hear it on the camera. It's raining really good right now, but got all the aluminum out. I gotta grab that. I'm going to throw that on top of there. Try not to get any of this stuff in there. It's pouring pretty good. Alright, it's pouring pretty good out here. Somehow I gotta get over there and not get crushed by that, whatever you'd call that piece of machinery. Alright, well, these puddles are, let's just say rest in peace to my sneakers today. Looking over there at the big scale, it says no data, so I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's the storm coming in or what. This might be a 2-day series, which is kind of unfortunate because I was looking to just get rid of this stuff, take a shower, and be done with it. But you can't win all of them. Just did non-ferrous metals. Maybe I'll walk in there and see what's going on. Alright, going on the scale now. There's an ocean over here. Lake Ocean Scrapyard. Alright, well, storm passed. Let's see how well this one goes. Alright, so we are back here. Came back from the scrapyard. Did the light iron. So apparently you can't really like unload stuff when it's thundering out, which is completely obvious why you wouldn't want to do that, especially at a scrapyard. So they kind of shut it down. Everyone shuts down, like the tractors or excavators, they're all shut down. Nothing goes on during that time. For light iron, we had 860 pounds, currently $5 every 100, so that's 43 bucks. That's all the bulk stuff and fun stuff in that regards. As you can see, like that was like the whole van load. I don't like packing too high because I'm worried that something's going to blow out my back windows, but that's all the light iron I had anyway. So yeah, that's $5 for every 100 at this yard. It has dropped throughout all of Pennsylvania over the past month or so. For non-ferrous, we have aluminum, irony aluminum, pretty much on the same spot in terms of how much weight I had. Aluminum was 42 cents per pound, $13.86. Irony aluminum, 34 pounds, 10 cents per pound, only $3.40. So that's a difference. You pretty much get 4 times your money if you clean your aluminum. You know, you can completely see where that goes into play. Is you're making our 10 bucks right there. Yellow brass, I had 1 bucket of yellow brass, 10 pounds of that, $1.60, so it's 16 bucks. Stainless steel, I had a bucket of stainless steel. There was some kitchenware, pots, pans that were stainless. I separated those. There's also forks and knives. About 90% of forks and knives and spoons that say stainless on them are not actually true stainless. They're kind of like a stainless plated, and that's just because companies are really cheap. So make sure to always hit that with a magnet if you guys are a scrapper to tell if it's actually truly stainless throughout, or if it's iron with a stainless steel coating, because they do not take that as stainless steel. So it's 9 pounds of that, 25 cents per pound for stainless, $2.25 dirty brass. I had a couple pieces from that bed frame a while back, the little kid's bed frame. I took a little bit off it, but it kind of became too much of a hassle to take away the rest, and the iron was about 80% of the weight, so I didn't want to deal with that too much. 9 pounds of that, 35 cents per pound, $3.15. The die cast, 20 pounds, 20 cents per pound, $4. And one thing of dirty stainless steel, which was 1 pound at 10 cents per pound, so it's 10 cents. Total right there is $42 for non-ferrous and some change, and $43 for the iron. But most importantly, I did grab some things at the yard in the big pile. I asked the guy if I could grab it. He's like, sure. And they don't really care if you grab something out of the pile, especially if it's only like 3 pounds. We got this awesome primitive looking, I guess it'd be like, I don't know if that's a sprinkler or an oil, something for oil. If anyone out there knows your primitives really well, it is kind of dirty. The handle really does need to be welded back on, and I think if I do weld it back on, I can get $20 for this at the flea market. You have a wooden handle on the top that carries it, and I don't think there's any, yeah, there's some pinholes in there. Is there? No, there's not. There's no pinholes at the bottom. That's just water or oil. But that's a really, really cool piece, and in scrap value, that's like 6 cents. So the guy didn't really care. They usually don't care. At some yards they do care, because you're kind of like taking their metal back, even though you go back on the scale and your difference is, you know, it'd be like if you didn't drop that off. So you're not really stealing from them. They don't like if you take, let's say, aluminum out of their iron pile and then bring it over there, but that's light iron, that's tin, so that's nothing. I saw these were in a bucket that I had somewhere, so I took them out because I figured I could probably sell them. But aside from that, pretty fun day at the scrapyard. Pretty much a pretty fun day, pretty fun-filled. It was a good day. Got rid of a lot of junk that I do not need. And, yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. This is what I do with all the metal, all the junk that I pick up in garbage picking. It goes back into here. I take it to the scrapyard. It gets refined and recycled. $85, not bad. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, and as always, have a great day. Keep living the dream. Peace!